Ryan Murphy, and I work for the Texas Tribune, where I'm a news apps developer. Yeah, so I think that, with the Texas Tribune being as young as it is, we've kind of been in this position where, we had a lot of freedom in figuring out and kind of trying different methods of how we wanted to run our newsroom. And particularly with data and kind of how we integrated in the newsroom, we've been able to kind of use that freedom to see what works, what doesn't work, and it really kind of encourage the reporters from the very beginning to be data literate and be willing to put the effort into building out those sort of tools. Coming here, that was kind of what I wanted to kind of illustrate, what we've done at the Tribune, that we've, it's possible to get your newsroom in a state that can be beneficial to those that are working on those sort of projects, and for the reporters who may not be, doing the coding or any of the programming, can still, be in a place where they can really, help themselves. So I really wanted to just kind of talk about what we've found to work at the Texas Tribune. We're a very young organization. We've, kind of had that freedom that we were starting with a very blank slate. We could kind of make the decisions of how we wanted to run things without dealing with any legacy kind of policies or anything like that. Kind of having the reporters be data literate and be willing to request data and bring it to us, those of us that are going to potentially make something with it, was something that I wanted to show that it's possible. And even newsrooms that may have need to kind of recover from or kind of overcome a lot of things habits they've had from the past, that is possible, that with enough training and with just encouraging and showing what's possible, you can get everyone in the newsroom on board, and there's a lot of benefits to that. For a long time, I've been a very big fan of the work that WNYC does, John Keefe and his team. I don't really know what it is. Like they're always so on point with everything they do, and I've shamelessly borrowed ideas that they've had for maps for things that we've done, just because they pull them off so well, and they're very forward thinking in terms of making things that can be embedded in other places. It can be kind of same philosophy that we take in Texas, where we may be covering something that is affecting or writing a story about a particular area, but we have a data set that represents the entire state, and want to be able to give that kind of context even for people who may be the story is not exactly directly aimed at. And WNYC does a great job of that as well. So me personally, and I think that other people on our team as well, take a lot of inspiration from the work they do. One of the big things that we've been wanting to do, or at least me personally have been wanting to do, is really we have so much geographic data about the state of Texas. And we're really good at making these things where you can get the context for one particular issue. But a lot of times those kind of interactive, those visualizations all kind of live alone. And this is kind of part of our kind of slow movement toward making APIs out of a lot of the data sets that we have, and having these tools that where no matter what we're building, we can pull in data from another interactive we've done and kind of mash it up with something that we're working with. We've done this with school data in particular, because we've had being able to look up where schools are in any interactive that we need to. And really, we're wanting to try to get to a point where that's, instead of having to think about, okay, we need to build this API out, we need to figure out where this data is, to just have a really strong presence, kind of strong established foundation for that. So that whenever we want to add context from something we worked on even a year ago, it's easy as that. We can get it there and really get rapid with how we put things out.